Hey guys, in this video I'm going to give you my best picks for Fantasy Super Rugby round 15. Check the main channel for a shorts video that will summarize the best picks in every single position in under 1 minute if you don't want to listen to the full analysis. Otherwise, let's jump into it. Taking a quick look at the fixtures, the teams I'm really liking this week are the Crusaders over the Highlanders. I think all the backs for the Crusaders are live. I think the Crusaders will be able to handle the Highlanders well. The Highlanders season is basically over. Even though this is the Southern Derby, Crusaders have a lot more to play for, going for that top spot. They should be able to put a score on the Highlanders here and get that bonus point. With the Queensland and the Reds, you got two kind of inconsistent teams here in Brisbane. It could be a bit of a tussle, to be honest. I do like the Canes in general though. They are pretty dangerous, pretty lethal. Their backs are always strong. With the Chiefs versus the Moana, wow. I do like this matchup for the Chiefs, but I mean, the Moana, they are resurgent, man. They were big against the Blues last week, so they cannot be underestimated. I don't know if they can repeat the feat against the Chiefs though, man. The Chiefs, they are champion material this year, so yeah, I do kind of favor the Chiefs here. I am liking their players, but could be a bit of a banana skin here. And for the Force versus the Waratahs, Force have been good at home. Waratahs have been very bad playing away, but the Force's season is over because they do have a bye next week. This is their last game of the season. Waratahs, they do actually have a chance to make the 6, to be honest. They're going to have to beat the Blues next week at Eden Park, but if they win this one and win that one, they'll be through. But I do think the Force will be wanting to play for pride for their fans in their last game. Should be a decent crowd there for them. So yeah, I think this will be a close game, but there could actually be some points scored here as well. Now jumping into the players and picks, starting with the back three. My top picks for this week, I am liking all of the Crusaders, to be honest. McNichol, Reese, and Springer. I probably like Reese most of all. McNichol, not too far behind him. He was pretty handy in that win over the Tars last week. Macca Springer, he would be my third pick out of all the Crusaders, but yeah, we've seen him go big in the past, getting that 5 tries in one game, so he's live as well. Other picks I like though, Harry Potter, like I said before, I do kind of like the Force over the Waratahs. It's going to be good conditions there in Perth, as it always is, and in fact, all of the games this week should have pretty dry conditions, so lots of opportunity for open running rugby there. Potter, I mean, he didn't go so great against the Brumbies when he last played. Obviously didn't play against the Draw, but up till then, I mean, he had been super consistent. And I mean, this is a pretty tough run for the Force, like going on tour to New Zealand, playing all these tough games, playing the Brumbies. The Draw was sort of the only easy matchup they had, but it was in Fiji, so yeah, Harry Potter's got more of a chance to go well in this game than he probably does in any other game, so that's why I really like that pick. After him, I do kind of like the Chiefs backs. In general, I've liked Carter a lot this year. I mean, if the Chiefs are going to go well against Moana, he should benefit. It can be a bit tough to pick which of the back three is going to fire in the Chiefs in any given week. We've seen all of them do it. Sean Stevenson and, sorry, his name escapes me, Amoni Nadawa. Yeah, just in general, I do kind of prefer those left wings. Carter's been good, and it kind of shows in them having that higher average as well. So if you want a piece of the Chiefs action, I do like Carter. Jacob Radamaitavuki-Neepkins, being so consistent in a team where it's tough to play. And yeah, the thing is, like, he doesn't get much opportunity to put on a monster score. Like, getting these sort of 40 to 50s and losing efforts is so good, and he's not scoring tries in these either. Like, most of the time it's just pure, you know, line breaks, defenders beat, and all the good stuff, try assists. So yeah, he's an extremely good player and extremely good in fantasy, but yeah, he's just missing that sort of top end prospect to get a big score, and I don't think he's going to get that against the Crusaders in Christchurch. I mean, even playing them in Dunedin, the Highlanders, they had a lot of ball that game for long periods, but yeah, he got 51, which is great. But yeah, we're kind of looking for those guys who are going to get that 60 plus, 70 plus when we're looking at our outside back. So yeah, he's pretty rarely my top pick, Radamai Tavuki Neepkins, but he is always up there. Sometimes when you're not sure, yeah, you want to go for a guy like that. I think the Hurricanes backs, in general, they are in play. I'm not quite sure how they're going to go against the Reds, to be honest, the Hurricanes. It is an away game. I mean, they were able to deal to the Brumbies while playing away the Canes, so I mean, yeah, we've seen the Brumbies handle the Reds quite well. Like the Canes should be able to handle them too. But yeah, they got a bit of a scare against the Highlanders, right? Like both these teams are kind of inconsistent, Reds and Hurricanes. So a little bit of unpredictability to it. But in general, the Canes, they always bring attacking threat. That's good for fantasy. So Ruben Love, he is actually starting at 10 again in this game. Harkins at 15, Brett Cameron's on the bench. Just like last week, we saw Ruben Love move to fullback. I think his prospect for points is better when that actually happens, but you know, it's still one I would probably just stay away from, just because playing so much time at 10, it is gonna limit his scoring opportunities. Finianganofo, he goes to 11 on the left wing. That is a prime spot to get some points, and Finianganofo is capable of doing that. Quite a good winger. And on the right wing, Sinkinson actually goes there. We haven't seen this guy play all year, but yeah, he's just a really fast winger, so he could go well as well potentially. So yeah, if you do like the Hurricanes against the Reds, Finianganofo is probably going to be my top pick out of those, to be honest. Balin Sullivan's also on the bench again as well, so I got a feeling he'll probably end up replacing Sinkinson when he comes on. Outside of that, only thing to note is that Filippo Dalgurno, he is finally back onto the wing instead of in the midfield, so his prospects will be a lot better this week than they have been for probably quite some time. It's been a while since he's played on the wing this season. Very good player if you like the Reds against the Canes. He is definitely a live option for you now. Don't let the average fool you. Matt Greeley's a pretty solid option as well if you do really like the force for some points against the Waratahs. I mean, Harry Potter's definitely the better option, but yeah, if you're really liking that matchup, Greeley would be next cab off the rank for me. Now moving on to the midfield. In contrast to the last few weeks, midfield's not really that interesting for this round. Like I mentioned at the start, I'm a big fan of Crusaders this week. The entire Crusaders backline is pretty much live, so Havili and Enor, they are top picks. I probably prefer Enor out of those two, just because he's in that slightly wider channel. He has much more pace. He's probably much more likely to get breaks and run in tries himself. Other picks I like, of course, Billy Proctor. I mean, he's been so good since he came back. That scare they had against the Highlanders, that's the only bad score he's really have. So I do think that the Canes will bounce back from that, though. I'm hoping they put up a much better performance than that against the Reds. I got faith in Billy Proctor. Like he still looks really good, man. So I'm going with him and Braden Enor. The only other pick I think is really live here is Quintu Paia, and hasn't done that great for a while, really, putting in pretty average shorter scores, but that's sort of all that's on offer, really, outside of this Crusaders midfield. So yeah, if you do think Chiefs are going to run rampant over Moana, he would be a good pick. But I mean, after last week with Moana and the Blues, I don't know, like I think people will be a bit suspicious of that game. So yeah, that's why he's sort of my last pick out of all the midfielders. Not a lot going on elsewhere. Yeah, Paisami, Delia up against the Crusaders though. Bailey Kunzel, he's not on the wing anymore. He is back in the midfield. So yeah, just not a lot going on there. Now looking at the 10s. 3-horse race here. D-Mac's back, obviously. Can't go wrong with D-Mac. Always a fantastic choice. Everyone sort of, any other option has to be compared to him. I do think Revers Reihana is a competitive option this week though. Like, if you watch that game against the Waratahs, very favorable matchup for the Crusaders, just like the Highlanders one is this week, except Crusaders, they got a lot of their big guns back for this game against the Highlanders that they didn't have against the Waratahs. Like Cody Taylor's back, Scott Barrett's back, so they're going to be even stronger. And yeah, he got 64 points, not padded out with a try at all, just lots of try assists, defenders beaten, line breaks, kicked his goals. Like, yeah, he's a really competitive pick. I think, you know, if you're counting on Moana being strong this week like they were against the Blues last week, yeah, I think Reihana, he has higher potential than maybe even D-Mac does, right? Like, I do think Crusaders can put a bigger score on the Highlanders than the Chiefs will against Moana. And yeah, Mackenzie, he's not starting in that 15 jersey either. He is starting at 10. We might see him move to 15 late, but I mean, probably not, to be honest, with Stevenson and Nadawa there. So yeah, I think give Reihana some serious consideration here. Maybe slightly more risky than the D-Mac pick, but one that, you know, you should think about, especially if you're chasing people in your leagues. If you want to take more of a risk, yeah, I think this is a place you could definitely do it without being stupid. Last option, of course, is Harkin, our boy. Starts at fullback, and he's got so much pace, man. Like, he can, you know, get into line breaks, he can score tries. Like, some dodgy decision making has cost us points in the past, but yeah, he's always going to be a live option. It's just that now with Brett Cameron back, like, yeah, Ruben Love, he is going to move to fullback, and if they don't get crazy injuries, Harkin will probably go off. So that is limiting his potential now. But if you really like the Canes against the Reds, if you think they're going to put them away, then yeah, he could be your guy as well. With 9, not a lot going on. I mean, we saw with Roygaard last week, they struggled against the Landers, but Roygaard did not. Like, he just went crazy, ball in hand, couple of tries, line breaks. Like, yeah, he's been the guy all year at halfback. Really no point in looking at anybody else here. If you do happen to be full on Crusader, then you don't, one of them isn't Roygaard for some reason, my next pick would be Cortez Ratima, but yeah, there's really no choice here in this slot. It's got to be Roygaard. Now, looking at the back rowers, I mean, Adi Sevilla, like, he's on top average points, and after last week, like, yeah, he's always been pretty much a must pick or very close to it for a lot of the season. Like, hasn't always posted big scores like the last time they played the Blues or even against the Endure, but yeah, these last couple of games, he's gone absolute beast mode. Like, he's just ascended to rugby god status. He is carrying this team on his back, and yeah, he's if he wasn't a must pick before, he definitely is now. Even though I think the Chiefs will be able to win relatively comfortably against Moana. Like, you don't want to bet against him. He's got that high potential upside, and he's not going to do badly either. So yeah, you lock him in. Hello Tizano, he's back as well. Didn't play last week, but yeah, he's our guy. Force got an easier matchup at home against the Waratahs. They should be able to set that maul and get it going and get those maul tries and a great play around the park otherwise. So he's the next must pick. And yeah, for the third slot, the big news is that Harry Wilson's finally back. He's been out for, 5 weeks now. So he was one of the better number 8s in the competition before he left. And yeah, it's kind of reflected in his ranking for average points. He's in 3rd place. So yeah, my top 3 picks are pretty much just the top 3 based on average score. When we get to the rest of the Moana back row though, the Usos, like, I've got less faith in them, Wailangi and Tupataila. I got less faith in them in a match where I feel like Moana are not going to be getting things going their way. And yeah, you can see even in this Blues game, they didn't really get, major points like Artie did. So yeah, I'm a bit less hot on them. Probably would rate McWright higher, but I mean, if you're going for McWright, I mean, you probably want Wilson, right? So I can't imagine there's a lot of people skipping out on Artie, Sevilla and Tizano though. So we're really just talking about the last slot. And if you're looking past both Wilson and McWright and Moana as well, probably the next one I would look at would be, I mean, Tom Christie's been good recently, man. Like, he got a try in that last game, which did pad his score out a bit, but he's been good. Leo Willie, I've picked him a few times, but because yeah, he's proven to get some decent scores in the past, but yeah, these last 2 weeks hasn't really happened. So not sure, when to pick him and when to not pick him necessarily. Actually, Langi Gleeson I like a lot, and he's a guy who actually could go very well in this matchup against the Force. So yeah, if you're not liking your Reds back row, if you're not liking your Moana back low, Langi Gleeson, he would be my pick actually. And potentially Jacobson could go decently as well, but yeah, I do actually like that Langi Gleeson pick a lot if you're looking for more options. And in the locks, really not a lot at all going on this week. Our boy Wanga isn't there, so we're just picking from regular old locks. And yeah, I think with this slot, you pretty much just want to pick based on game time, right? But I've gone with Grace and Williams this week. They are the 2 highest average scorers, but I am kind of a fan of Williams. It's tossing up a bit between Grace and Barrett. Both of them could go well, but I'm picking Grace just on the chance that he gets to play out 80 minutes, although I believe he did get subbed for Callow last week, and Callow is on the bench again, so potentially that could happen again. But I have also seen Callow replace Christie in the past as well, so hopefully Grace ends up staying on. If you've used up your Crusaders slots elsewhere, which is kind of likely, I mean, Darcy Swain's pretty good as well. And look, Fabian Holland might rack up a few tackles given that they could be on defense. So that's always an option to look at as well. Vai against Moana, he could go well, but yeah, really much of a muchness in the locks as usual. And in the hookers, not a lot of interesting options here either, to be honest. I probably would rate Cody the highest. Like, he went crazy last time they played the Highlanders. Yeah, got 74 points, 2 tries, 1 million tackles, couple of turnovers forced. So there's a lot of points off the ball from this game, and I don't expect that to happen this time around as well. It was kind of weird that last game Crusaders got these cards and penalties and just ended up defending for long periods. So I mean, look, if it happens again, Cody Taylor's going to be a great pick. If it doesn't happen, I mean, he's going to be an average pick, but that's sort of all that's on offer here. Richie Asiata, been a fan of him in the past, but yeah, that Hurricanes match, probably going to be tough for them. Nathan Dolly kind of gets his thunder stolen by Carlo Tizzano whenever Tizzano's there, because Tizzano gets them all tries, except for that one game against the Draw where he got 3 tries himself. So yeah, kind of hard to feel great about Dolly. I do actually like Podarki a lot. Yeah, he's a good line-out thrower. They miss him a lot when he's not there, and obviously he's good at the back of the maul as well. And they could get that going against the Force this week. So yeah, Potoki, he probably would be my next cab off the rank if you don't like Taylor. Taukei'aho and Almoa, like I had high hopes for both these guys this year, but both of them are really disappointed me. Like Almoa's line-out throwing's been so bad, and he hasn't been that amazing around the park, ball in hand, like we've seen him in the past. And with Taukei'aho, he has looked good around the back. He's looked good ball in hand, but it hasn't been getting him heaps of points. And he hasn't been getting huge minutes either. There's been a lot of rotation with Brody McAllister, so that's kind of held him back a little bit. And Jack Taylor went well against the Canes, but yeah, it's going to be tougher for them against the Crusaders in Christchurch. So yeah, not great options this week. I'll go Taylor or Potoki if you're full on Crusaders. And for props, yeah, again, not a lot going on in this slot. I've gone for Angus Bell and Tom Robertson. I think Angus Bell, he could get his ball in hand game going against the Force. Tom Robertson, he's always solid, makes a lot of tackles, but really when it comes to picking these props, you sort of just want to pick them based on, you know, if they're going to play extra minutes, like the bench props are weak, or you also want to pick them when they're going to get a scrum that's neither going to be dominant nor getting dominated, because if you get penalties at these scrums, you don't get attributed scrum points for them in fantasy. So really, really tricky thing to pick based on that. But only one I'd mention is Feliti Saitaufa'o. He was the one who went crazy against the Waratahs, got all those tries. Like, he could be worth a punt just because, yeah, we know he's got that power close to the line, but against the Chiefs, probably not going to happen. We didn't see it happen against the Blues either. Like, yeah, you got two really staunch packs that he's kept running into defensively. Ethan de Groot's been pretty solid recently. 38 points in that Canes game. Didn't even get to 60 minutes. That's with no padding from a try. It's all just tackles and scrum points. So yeah, that's pretty much what you want, guys, with minutes on the field, to get those tackles and to get more of those scrum points. But yeah, a bit of a muchness. Bell and Robertson are the ones for me. Now for your captains this week, you got a few good options. I'm really feeling good about Severis this week. He's back in his natural 14 position on the right wing. It's going to be good conditions in Christchurch, or at least it looks like that at the moment. And I think the Crusaders should be able to put some real points on the Highlanders. So he's going to be able to do his thing like he's doing earlier in the year. He'll be able to come off his wing at 14 and just do whatever the hell he wants and hopefully score tries and get line breaks. Your other option, of course, is D-Mac. I mean, you can just never go wrong with D-Mac. He's always going to be a safe pick, and he's got really high upside as well. I was a big fan of picking him as captain and even boosting him here, you know, until Moana really started to go on a tear. Like, they're going to show up for this game, so I'm a bit less confident in that pick now, at least as far as boosted go. He'll still be a good pick for captain. And the other one as well is, of course, Artie Severe. Like, it's been pretty rare for me to look to the back row this year for captaining, but yeah, Artie's been putting in these crazy godlike performances, man, like 77, 78. I mean, that's a guy, if you know he's going to get that score, you want to captain him. You'd even boost him, triple captain if you've got it. But yeah, I'm still just not 100% sold he can replicate the feat against the Chiefs. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, and I'm kind of scared, right? Like, I don't want to bet against it, but I'm not confident in enough to bet for it as well. Like, the Chiefs, they're not the Blues, they're not the Highlanders, but yeah, he's ascended, man. So it could happen. It could absolutely happen. In the grand scheme of things, though, I think he's a safe pick to at least, you know, he's going to get at least 40 points, even in the worst case scenario. And yeah, best case, he can get all the way up to 80. But it's probably going to be somewhere in between, maybe like a 50 or 60. So if things go the way I think they do, where the Chiefs kind of end up handling it, you guys can make your own minds up about Ardie Savea. I think I'm going to stick with Sevu Reece. A lot of you do still have the triple captain booster left though. And yeah, when it comes to the triple captain booster, you do kind of follow the same logic as you would when you just pick in a good captain, but you might be inclined just to be a little bit safer, right? Like you might be inclined not to slap it on an outside back just in case, you know, the ball just doesn't come down their wing. That happens sometimes. These wingers, they end up with like 25 points or something just because it wasn't their day, and there's not much you can really do to anticipate that. Whereas guys like D-Mac and Savea, they are going to be much more reliably getting points. Like D-Mac, he's going to have those goals to kick, right? So even if the other players are scoring the tries, he'll be getting a piece of that through the goal kicking. And I mean, it's D-Mac, so he's a playmaker through and through. He's always going to get tries, assists, line break assists. So yeah, that makes him reliable. And then Ardie, like he's going to be in the thick of it. He's going to be going all out this game as well. So yeah, you know he's going to be putting in a performance that will be solid as well. So you might favor these two options if you do have the triple captain booster. I would probably go for D-Mac myself in that situation. But yeah, that is a tricky choice. But those are the three options as I see them. So you can make your own mind up about that and let me know which way you guys go. Anyway, guys, that'll do it from me. Getting down to the business end of the season now, but still, we've got some good matches coming up this week. I'm looking forward to them. Let me know what you're doing with your picks and what you're thinking. Put your questions to me in the comments. I always respond with the best answer I can. Otherwise, hope you found this useful. Enjoy the rest of the week, and I will catch you for the recap.